Today we're doing a deep dive on Greenville, Texas. We're going to look at Greenville's history, what it's like to live in Greenville, and we're also going to take this opportunity to check out the affordability, the lifestyle, and Greenville's real estate, which is going to allow us to compare Greenville to surrounding cities. So if you've been thinking about moving to Greenville or just simply want to learn more about the city, then this is a video for you because we're covering everything you need to know about Greenville, Texas. Greenville is located northeast of Dallas, and technically, and I have to be very technical here, it's still not part of the DFW Metroplex. However, at the rate that the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex is growing, I'd have to make this video in a couple of years anyway. So we're getting ahead of the construction crew at this point. There's 4 major highways connecting Greenville to North Texas. You have Texas Highway 380 starting on the west side of town. You have Highway 69 running diagonally, and you have Highway 34 running north to south. And you have Interstate 30/Highway 67 running diagonally as well. And since this is a DFW based YouTube channel, we have to figure out how long it's going to take us to a major city like Fort Worth. To get to downtown Fort Worth to check out the stockyards, you're looking at about an hour and a half. Now, if you want to go to Dallas to check out the Dallas Zoo, that's going to take you about 55 minutes. And if you need to catch a flight at the DFW International Airport, give yourself about an hour and 10 minutes. Now, I share those heavily frequented locations because at one point or another, if you're going to live in Greenville, you're going to find yourself going to Fort Worth, to Dallas, and catching a flight. But to give you a better sense of what commute looks like for the residents of Greenville, know that the average commute time is 24.7 minutes. So what this tells us is that most of the residents that live in Greenville are working in and around Greenville overall. There's not an overwhelming amount of commuters going into the heart of the Metroplex, just the surrounding suburbs. But now that we know where in the world Greenville, Texas even is, I want to welcome you to the DFW Homeowner YouTube channel, the go-to real estate channel for the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. My name is Jaime Resendez, your local realtor and team leader able to help you make money in real estate, whether you're buying or selling. And we're on a mission to reach every DFW resident. So if you can hit that like button, that's going to really help us out. All right, so let's get back to Greenville because this is what you came for. Greenville, Texas is located in Hunt County, about 50 miles northeast of Dallas. The city soon became the hub for the cotton industry and was soon labeled the cotton capital of the world. But around the 1950s is when Greenville shifted from the agriculture economy to the industry economy. And today, Greenville is a thriving community of over 28,000 residents that combines the best of hometown warmth and a nearby big city excitement. Now, to add some context to Greenville, I want to introduce you to an external resource in niche.com, which interprets millions of public data sets on cities all across the country. And as you can see, Greenville has received a B grade from Niche, having aggregated these 12 categories you see on the screen. Now that's what an algorithm has to say, but what do current and former Greenville residents say about the city? Well, according to the 70 reviews so far, they give Greenville a 3.5 stars out of 5. Now the full Greenville report is linked down below, so make sure you check it out. All right, so now let's get on to the recreation scene. What does that look like in Greenville? Greenville's park system is comprised of 5 neighborhood parks, 1 community park, 2 regional parks, and 1 golf course. These recreational spaces collectively provide approximately 220 acres of dedicated park and recreational space. So given its smaller geographic footprint, that amount of parks and that amount of recreation space is right about on par when you compare it to other cities in the Metroplex. But don't forget, this is one of those cities that will soon become part of the Metroplex more formally, because the same thing that happened to Rowlett, to Heath, to Rockwall, to Fate, to Roy City will soon happen in Greenville. But with that being said, we need to look at the school system because that impacts you directly. Because regardless if you have kids or not, it matters because you're paying property taxes and it will very soon directly impact your property values. More than normal anyway, as the school system continues to expand. The Greenville Independent School District has an enrollment of 5,400 students, which consists of 5 elementary campuses, 1 6th grade center, 1 middle school, 2 high schools, and 1 early childhood center. Now, while there's many points of pride to choose from, I'll just select a few. The graduation rate is 98%. Greenville ISD also received an A rating in fiscal accountability, and very recently, the school board was named one of the 5 state finalists for the HEB's 2020 Outstanding School Board Award. Now, when you look at the student per teacher ratio, it's 13:1, which is better than the state average. And when you look at percentage of teachers with 3 or more years of experience, that's 89%, which this again is better than the state average at 84%. Now there's certain things that I as a real estate agent am not able to share about the school system. So I'm gonna leave a full report linked down below so you can check it out. But what I am able to talk about pretty extensively is the Chick-Fil-A situation. Is there a Chick-Fil-A in Greenville? And I'm very happy to report that there is a Chick-Fil-A in Greenville. Now, I'm only half joking about the Chick-Fil-A situation. That might be important for me, but it might not be important for you. But what might be important for both of us is going to be the real estate situation in Greenville. So we're going to start off from a macro perspective and share that the Greenville median home value is $260,330, which is a 25.6% rise year over year. Which, as you can see, over the last decade, home values were already going up. However, it was nothing compared to what happened over the last year. And now that we know that the median home value in Greenville is $261,000, we need to compare that against its surrounding cities. The median home value in Celeste is $321,000. In Campbell is $393,000. In Lone Oak is $296,000. In Caddo Mills is $417,000. And the median home value in Farmersville is $300,000. But let's take this one step further. What can you actually buy in Greenville for $261,000? Now those are some good looking homes. However, by the time you're watching this video, chances are they've already sold. So for the most current list of homes in Greenville, check out the link down below. And now is also a great time for me to share with you a monthly mortgage payment in Greenville. So for that, I'm gonna invite you to check out this video right here that's gonna show you how to calculate that, which is mandatory viewing, especially if you're coming in from out of town, because the way that we do property taxes is probably way different than the way that you do property taxes, given that we pay some of the highest property taxes in the country. But don't forget, we do not have state income taxes, which is actually a great segue into our next category of cost of living. Overall, the cost of living in Greenville is 8.5% less expensive than the national average. Now, if you look at just the grocery category, that's 6.3% less expensive than the average. Now, from a housing perspective, it's actually far less by 30%. And when you look at utilities, it's 1.5% more expensive in Greenville than the national average. And from a transportation perspective, Greenville is more expensive by 7.2%. So at this point, if you're thinking, Jaime, Greenville is the city for me, then congratulations, I want to invite you to connect with our top realtors, info down in the description. However, if you're still on the fence, that's okay too. I want to give you two comparable cities for you to consider. I want you to check out Royce City, and I also want you to check out Princeton. And I also want to let you in on a little secret. There's actually a city in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex that's selling brand new homes for under $100,000. That's insane, I know. And that city is called